Unlocking Unity, Martin Luther King Jr.'s vision on equality. Imagine standing at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial, gazing out at the sea of faces gathered beneath its towering marble walls. As the crowd listens intently to the voice of Martin Luther King Jr., a man whose very essence seems to emanate from the very stones themselves, you can't help but feel a sense of both reverence and urgency. You might be wondering, how could one speech possibly encapsulate a lifetime of struggle and change? But here we stand, at a pivotal moment in history, where the echoes of Dr. King's words resonate more than ever. Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech was more than just a rallying cry. It was a blueprint for unity, equality, and justice. He painted a vivid picture of what America could become if we embraced his vision of a world where all men and women were treated equally, regardless of race. Let me tell you this, the power of his words lies not just in their eloquence but in their authenticity. He lived these ideals every day, even as he faced down violence and threats to his life. Consider this. In 1963, when Dr. King delivered his famous address, he was only 35 years old. Yet, his vision was already decades in the making. His father, a pastor himself, had fought against segregation long before the civil rights movement gained momentum. The struggles of the past generations laid the groundwork for the revolutionary ideas that Dr. King would articulate so boldly. Now, let us look at a real-life example that underscores the urgency of his message. In 1964, a young woman named Claudette Colvin refused to give up her seat on a Montgomery bus, just months before Rosa Parks famously did the same. Colvin was arrested and fined, but she didn't get the recognition she deserved. She was just a teenager, and many people overlooked her bravery. However, her act of defiance was a crucial step towards ending racial segregation in public transportation. Fast forward to today, and we see the echoes of Dr. King's dream in places like Ferguson, Missouri, where Michael Brown was unjustly killed by police officers. The aftermath brought national attention to the systemic issues plaguing our communities of color. Just as Dr. King said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." The protests that followed highlighted the deep-seated inequalities still present in American society. Here's something you should know. Dr. King's dream wasn't just about ending segregation. It was about creating a society where everyone had access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. These fundamental rights are still far from being realized for many Americans. The fight for true equality continues, and it starts with each one of us taking responsibility for our actions and our words. Let us reflect on the challenges we face today. Inequality persists in various forms: economic disparities, racial discrimination, and political polarization. But Dr. King's legacy teaches us that these problems are not insurmountable. He showed us that through nonviolent resistance, education, and community engagement, we can bring about positive change. So, what can you do to honor Dr. King's vision? First, educate yourself and others about the ongoing struggles for civil rights and social justice. Read books, watch documentaries, and engage with diverse perspectives. Then, take action in your own community. Volunteer at local organizations working towards equity and inclusion. Participate in peaceful protests and demonstrations, but always remember the power of dialogue and understanding. Dr. King once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." This is the spirit we must carry forward. When the going gets tough, we must stand firm in our commitment to equality and justice. Because as Dr. King so eloquently put it, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. In closing, Let us remember that Dr. King's dream is not just a distant memory. It is a beacon of hope guiding us toward a future where every individual has the opportunity to thrive. We must continue to work together, inspired by his courage and conviction, to build a more just and equitable society. For only when we unlock unity can we truly realize the promise of America. So here's to Dr. King, to the countless individuals who have marched, protested, and sacrificed for our freedom, and to you, the viewer listening to this message. Let us commit to carrying his legacy forward, one small step at a time, until we can say with confidence, we have come to a watershed moment. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Remember, the fight for equality is not over, but it begins with each person willing to make a difference in their own way. Let us strive to be part of the solution, not just bystanders in history's grand drama. Together, we can unlock unity and create a world where everyone has the chance to live a life filled with dignity and respect.